Well, I just finished recording my last poem video, and I thought I'd go ahead and record my response to it right now, even though I don't think I'll be uploading it until tomorrow, because I know that I tend to promise follow-up videos on poems a lot and don't often keep those promises. So since I wanted the poem to be a video in itself, I thought I'd go ahead and record the follow-up now so that I had it right there to post tomorrow in response to the poem video itself. And I just had a few things I wanted to comment on as far as that particular poem, but also just what's going on with me in the entire poetic process right now. I am in several classes that are proving to be instrumental in developing some of my skills. I have a creative writing class, also a class in contemporary poetry, which is turning out to be about half writing anyway, which has been really neat. And then I'm also in a British Lit class, which, you know, reading always helps with writing. But probably one of the most influential non-writing courses I'm taking right now is turning out to be Death and Dying. I didn't expect it to turn out like that, but it's so very introspective that there are a lot of thought processes going on into memories, into the future, into all kinds of things related to death and not related to death, related to family and grieving and loss and all kinds of things that I really didn't expect to have happen. So that's been really neat. I can really feel my scope growing, which is really cool. I'm sure you guys have noticed, well, first of all, that I'm saying and a lot. Secondly, that I have started to work away from more of the traditional form poetry. And part of me misses the sonnets, but part of me is enjoying this free verse experience because it wasn't something I ever thought I would be any good at. And you know, it comes and goes, and some of them I don't like, and some of them I do. And I have several works like in progress right now, and that's unusual for me, but they're things that I think could use some tinkering and may be really good when they're done. But as far as this particular poem goes, I wrote it about 5 o'clock this morning. I didn't sleep all night for various reasons, none of them bad. A lot of studying and other such things. And the first line, or the first few lines, came to my head while I was in the shower at about 5 o'clock this morning, and I had to keep repeating them over and over to myself so that I didn't forget them, because I just loved the way they flowed and I didn't want to lose them before I got done with the shower. And right before I had gotten into the shower, I'd been looking at some pictures of my brother Doran and his baby. And one of the things I've been learning, particularly in contemporary poetry, is about poetry being an exercise as, oh, it's escaping me right now what poet it was that said this, which is making me feel bad. But he described poetry as emotion recollected in tranquility. In other words, strong emotions, strong memories, really strong feelings put aside until you have a moment of tranquility, until it's not immediate anymore, and then looking at them and seeing all sides and the scope of it. And we've also been talking a lot about the poetic persona, how the voice of your poem doesn't have to be where you are right now. It doesn't even have to be where you've ever been, which is neat, and I've experimented with that in the past, but I'm working with it more now, and it's very interesting. And so this poem is kind of taking a step backward into my life, and questions that I had about who I was, particularly as a child, in relation to my father, in relation to my siblings. Particularly, I was thinking of my brother Doran, and I thought something really neat came out of it. I was actually surprised about it, and this was one of those pieces that was born relatively whole. The only line I really changed was the very last one from something different. Otherwise, it pretty much came out on the page whole in 5 or 10 minutes, which really surprised me, and I was really excited about. So I thought I would just give you guys a little follow-up on that piece and just where I'm at with my writing in general lately. And this will be going up tomorrow. Of course, when you'll be watching it, it will be today, but whatever. I'm gonna go post the actual poem now, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say to that and anything else. So I will talk to everyone later.